Over the next 14 days, something inside your body can begin to change. Your energy may become more stable. Your cravings may decrease. Your belly may feel less bloated. And your blood sugar may finally stop spiking up and crashing down. Most people don't realize how often their insulin levels are elevated throughout the day. Every snack, every sweet drink, every hidden sugar source forces the body to respond. Over time, this constant stimulation can quietly disrupt metabolism. But what actually happens if you remove added sugar for just 2 weeks? Is it just weight loss? Or are there deeper metabolic changes happening beneath the surface? In this video, we'll break down exactly what science shows happens inside your body after 14 days without added sugar. This video is for educational purposes only and does not replace professional medical advice. The information presented is based on scientific research and publicly available medical data. Many people consume added sugar daily without realizing how strongly it affects metabolism. Sugar is not only about calories. It directly influences insulin levels, fat storage, inflammation, and energy regulation. When you remove added sugar for 14 days, several measurable physiological changes begin to occur. First, insulin levels begin to stabilize. Every time you consume refined sugar, blood glucose rises rapidly. In response, the pancreas releases insulin to move glucose into cells. Frequent spikes in blood sugar lead to frequent spikes in insulin. Over time, cells can become less responsive to insulin, a condition known as insulin resistance. When you remove added sugar, these repeated spikes decrease. Lower insulin exposure allows cells to gradually improve insulin sensitivity. This is one of the most important early benefits. Within the first few days, many people experience sugar cravings, headaches, irritability, or fatigue. This is often described as sugar withdrawal. Highly processed sugar activates dopamine pathways in the brain associated with reward. Reducing intake can temporarily lower dopamine stimulation, which may affect mood. These symptoms are usually short-term and improve within several days as blood sugar becomes more stable. By the end of the first week, energy levels often become more consistent. Instead of sharp spikes and crashes after meals, blood glucose fluctuations are reduced. Stable glucose levels mean fewer sudden drops in energy. Many people report improved mental clarity. This is partly due to better glycemic control and reduced inflammatory signaling. Another change involves water retention. High insulin levels promote sodium retention in the kidneys. When insulin levels fall, the body may release excess water. This can result in a modest initial weight reduction during the first week. It is important to understand that this early weight loss is often water weight, not necessarily fat loss. During the second week, improvements in fat metabolism may begin. Chronically elevated insulin suppresses fat breakdown. When insulin levels are lower and more stable, the body becomes more capable of using stored fat for energy. This does not mean dramatic fat loss in 14 days, but it supports improved metabolic flexibility. Metabolic flexibility refers to the body's ability to switch between glucose and fat as fuel sources. Reducing added sugar may also lower triglyceride levels. High sugar intake, particularly fructose in excess amounts, can increase liver fat production and elevate triglycerides. Lowering sugar reduces this metabolic burden on the liver. Over time, this may improve markers associated with metabolic syndrome. Inflammation may also decrease. Diets high in refined sugar are associated with increased inflammatory markers. Chronic low-grade inflammation is linked to cardiovascular disease, insulin resistance, and hormonal imbalance. Although 14 days is a short period, reducing inflammatory triggers can begin shifting the internal environment toward improved regulation. Sleep quality may improve as well. Blood sugar instability can disrupt nighttime cortisol patterns. Stabilizing glucose levels may support more consistent sleep cycles. Additionally, avoiding sugary foods late in the evening reduces nighttime glucose spikes. Hormonal effects are also relevant. High insulin and excess body fat increase aromatase activity, an enzyme that converts testosterone into estrogen. While 14 days is unlikely to dramatically alter hormone levels, improving insulin sensitivity supports healthier hormonal balance over time. It is important to clarify that quitting sugar does not mean eliminating all carbohydrates. Whole fruits, vegetables, and complex carbohydrates behave differently due to fiber content and slower digestion. The focus is primarily on reducing added sugars and highly processed foods. Long-term benefits depend on overall dietary pattern, physical activity, sleep, and stress management. A 14-day period can serve as a metabolic reset, but sustainable improvement requires consistent lifestyle adjustments. Strength training, walking after meals, adequate protein intake, and sufficient sleep all enhance insulin sensitivity. If you experience persistent fatigue, difficulty losing weight, strong sugar cravings, or central weight gain, discussing metabolic testing with a healthcare professional may be beneficial. Fasting insulin, fasting glucose, and hemoglobin A1C are commonly used markers. In summary, quitting sugar for 14 days can stabilize insulin, reduce blood sugar fluctuations, improve energy consistency, support fat metabolism, lower inflammation, and begin restoring metabolic balance. While it is not a cure-all, it can be a powerful first step toward improved metabolic health. If you found this information helpful, consider subscribing for more evidence-based content on metabolic and hormonal health.